Hello, Cancer. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Cancer, this is your weekly reading. This is December 18th through the 24th. Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that's you, welcome to the, I almost said to the page, to the channel as well. Discern the messages accordingly, folks. Plain and simple. All right, so Cancer, meditating. My guides are being funny today. Picture it. What was it? Sicily, 1922 or whatever she says in there, if you're a Golden Girls fan. This is, Spirit said, you writing your story. And it's just funny, like that's something I can relate to as I grew up watching that with my grandmother. But picture it, Sicily. Picture it wherever you're at, right? Like this is the way it was, this is the way that it is. This is my story. Standing in your truth of your story, Cancer, and that's okay. This is about your foundations. This is about where you've come from. And it's like healing those wounds. Some real deep contemplation of from the day you joined, you know, your soul decided to incarnate into this world, where it is you've come from and where it is you're going. It's actually, Spirit just said a very beautiful message when it, you know, when it's all said and done. So it's things starting to come full circle for you, having a deeper understanding of the story that has lived within you for so long, and what it is that you are aligning yourself with moving forward. It is prosperity, it is hope, it is abundance, it is wisdom. It's like looking at your life in all these various pictures and forms and understanding how you've gotten to where you are. I can't remember what was in your reading. I think I did what the water signs and fire signs for mid-December so far. Expectation and fortitude. Spirit said having new expectations. Right? Drawing the line in the sand on what it is that you've tolerated in the past and what it is you will not tolerate moving forward. Cancer, I think I'm going to like this reading for you. Spirit is advising you to get out in nature, to go out, to do things, to feel your way through life, play, dance, interact. Take in a breath of fresh air as well. Feel the warmth of the sun, depending on where you are. It might be limited right now. I know it snowed here last night, so it's limited here today. But take in the beauty that surrounds you. Take in the life that is a part of you or was a part of you. This, I've never noticed this before until right now with this expectation sitting on the bottom. You see his cloak, how he's wrapped in that. It also reminds me of a tomb. Casket, burial, the old ones, the way they were shaped, vampires, the way they were square or straight line at the top, and then they would come down and then straight down. This is a burial of the old self. This is a dawn of a new day, Cancer. And I know your readings have been off the rails here for a little while. Some deep shit we've dove into in the readings that I've done, talking about that full circle. There is a full circle of light on that card. But you've been protected the whole way. Even in moments that you thought you were not, you have been. It was just the experiences, the soul contract that you signed coming into this physical existence. And it's like trying to find the strength to bury those once and for all. Okay, so let's see. Let's dive in. That took about 2 seconds. Woman holding coin in hostilities. When you're feeling like you're struggling, when you're feeling like you're maybe financially fighting a battle. For those of you who are single parents, you may feel like you have to defend what it is that you are, I'm going to call it, entitled to continue to walk the path. Some of you could be doing battle over child support, things of that nature as well, because you're trying to take care of what is yours. You feel the need to protect yourself from a particular situation as well. Woman holding coin, again, she is secure, she is stable, and the need to protect that security and stability that you have created for yourself. You are being intuitively nudged to kind of be, I'm going to say this, and it's odd to say this, that Spirit would advise you to be a little snarky, a little snippy, but you're also much more aware and discerning of where you're going. You're stopping to think about those things maybe a little more than you have before. There's a little bit of a pause, because it's like you're trying, you are the nurturer, right? We've talked about this. You are the nurturer, you are the carer, you are, to be emotionally balanced, you are a giver. That pink of her dress is like, my God, she's got to wrap herself in love for a change. And I feel like what you're doing right now, Cancer, is minimal for yourself. And we've talked about that. But there's an innocence attached to this young lady with her pink. It's like a little pink ballerina, right? You see her there. That garden in the gate. Once you start to open up emotionally, it's like you are going back to maybe the age of 6 is what Spirit's giving me. And going, how do I learn to love again? How do I learn how to stand in this innocence of what love represents to me? And looking out on the horizons, knowing that you have dealt with hills and mountains and challenges in the past, and it's like coming out of the fog. Usually I see this hostilities cards as somebody fighting with you, but I'm seeing this as you feeling the need to protect. Again, go out in the woods. I know it's cold in most places right now, depending on where you are in the world. But allow this rebirth of you to happen, okay? Be soft and gentle with yourself. Be loving of yourself. Yeah. Talking about love, Knight of Cups, 4 of Wands. Emotionally pour into your stability. Emotionally pour in. And I talked about that protection. 1111 is divine protection, right? It is your foundational energy. Cancer, you're going to figure this out, but Spirit also said, remember, you can't fit, a ball into a square hole or a peg into a round hole, or however the hell they say it. Don't force things, to fit that aren't for you. And that's in your world in general. Don't expect some things to fit. Don't expect some things to make sense. We talked about that love, that self-love. There's comes the Ace of Cups, a different perspective. Maybe taking a time out from love to focus on finances, resources from a particular situation. Needing to see it differently with that Hangman, right? But it's also, I always see that Hangman in that 4. The way his legs are crossed. It's a 4, but it's upside down. Maybe getting a right vision on what love actually is for you. What brings you peace in love. This doesn't have to be romantic, right? Knight of Swords. I get this feeling of wounded and hurt, and there's the devil sitting at the bottom. Wounded and hurt when it comes to love with that Knight of Swords. Why? I don't know. It's intuitive, right? I always read intuitively more than I read what the cards traditionally mean. But it's pulling the reins back on your idea of what love is. That love is not pain. And I think there could be a realization that surrounds things of how the devil in the tower. Love is not pain, and if anything brings you pain when it comes to love, it's not for you. And I feel like, Cancer, it's been a buildup of years and years, like literally your whole lifetime, we talked about earlier, of what the terms and conditions of love were or are, right? So there's that conditioned belief of what love has looked like for you over the years. And probably going through these emotions of being angry with it. That devil card was sitting on the bottom when I shuffled the Ace of Cups out and the Knight of Swords. You've seen it on the split, and he still pops back out. The World card, Queen of Cups, there you are. Understand that somebody could have been hanging on to you, if not still. I feel like it's coming to a close if they are. That was manipulating your love, wealth, and abundance. They hung on to you to keep you caught in this trap. And I'm going to tell you that it probably goes back to childhood. They seen you as a golden opportunity or golden ticket to something. Retrograde, and I said this, I don't know if it was to Scorpio or somebody else. 20-year cycles. But again, I'm going to reiterate, go the whole way back to about 6 years old. You know, you could have had a parent who's seen you as a meal ticket when it came to child support. Maybe that's what you're dealing with. You see a co-parent that meal ticket is the child support. You know, it could be various things here. But this is like, you're constantly fighting off these toxic energies when it comes to love. Like love, you could be dealing with a child who's dealing with issues when it comes to love, that it's on terms and conditions. And it's like, we don't do that here. That's not how we live. We're not stuck in an old traditional viewpoint. We just live and love freely because we can. So it's a very interesting situation here, Cancer. What is this hostilities about? It's like somebody just doesn't agree with you on what love is, what love does. They could feel like you're so... Consider them like a parasite, a bloodsucker. Again, Four of Wands, the Empress, the Six of Wands. You are defending and protecting everything that you have built, nurtured, loved, cared for, your successes as far as you've made it to date. There's a cause for celebration, and this old way of believing, again, is coming to an end. Two of Swords is almost forgetting to thank yourself. Forgetting to appreciate what it is, because I feel like you could be dealing with somebody who tells you that what you've done is not enough, what you've given is not enough. But it has been. Your story, like, go back your entire life and thank yourself, thank your body, thank your mind for everything that it has seen you through. This is a lesson in self-love, Cancer. And I'm going to say again, as I mentioned earlier, if you're a single parent, that's a hell of a task to take on. If you're constantly fighting for security and stability for you and your children, and you're going it alone with little to no support, you may be exhausted by 7 p.m. Don't have time, you haven't showered, you're too tired to give a shit if you shower, the kids had a full course meal, and by the time you make that meal and sit down, you don't even have an appetite anymore. You're done. Put a fork in me, right? You have to make dinner, put a fork in me. Stop and give yourself the recognition that you deserve. You did not get to a place of stable foundations and your own successes because somebody else did it for you. If they're hanging on to you, it's out of their own misery and knowing that you are rising above them. Don't let somebody take that away from you. It very likely is somebody in a masculine energy. It does not have to be. Remember, males, females, it doesn't matter how you identify. We all have both of those in us, right? But Cancer, slowly but surely, those emotional aspects of the self that you might have relied on heavily from somebody else, or the approval or acceptance from somebody else, you're starting to realize that you are your own best friend. You don't need those from anybody else. You just need them from you. Is it nice to hear it from someone else? Absolutely. We're human. We want to know that we're, someone else sees the work we're putting in, right? It makes us feel good that we're not doing it in vain, or what we perceive to be in vain. but you're learning to rely on you. You're realizing that everything that you need is within you. It's not within someone else. It doesn't lie out inside of you. It's a very unique energy, the way the cards come out and the way the story is being told. But yeah, go back, picture it. 19 whatever. And give yourself the recognition of what you've accomplished. All right? All right, advice for Cancer, please, Spirit. Advice for Cancer. Pay attention. Choices. In the near future, if you have to ask for help, Cancer, do not think that that devalues how far you've come. You could, I'm going to say, you could be, open up, surrender, and let it go. You could be seeking counsel by ways of attorneys. If you're dealing with a legal system issue, as Spirit just brought to my attention, you could be seeking assistance. This more feels to me like emotional and mental health. So therapist, clergy, preachers, maybe tarot readers, shamanic guides, advisors, but someone who is going to help you put it into emotional and mental perspective when you feel challenged. So Spirit is just saying you get to pick, make a choice. You get to decide if you're going to seek help or not. And when you pay attention to the signs that Spirit's giving you, you're going to know that you're always making the right choice for so long as you're connected, right? You're not letting the ego take hold. You're not living in a space of fear, or feeling like you need to retaliate or hold on and be active and brute force energy. So you bravely ask for the help, bravely ask for the support. Do you see, I said about the sun earlier, didn't I? Is that your reading? I think so. And see it just light up in here? Sun come out. Signs, symbols, synchronicities, Cancer. All right, guys, I'm going to leave your reading there for the week. It is a beautiful reading. You opening up to love yourself is a very beautiful reading, and it's time. It's time to do that. All right, guys, I'm sending you so much love. If you found this video was helpful, like, share, subscribe, comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. Also, personal readings are open and available. That information can be found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. Visit me at holisticallyzenwv.com. I will also say, for those of you, if you follow me on Facebook, fantastic. If not, check me out at Indigo Moon WV. I do have a list of products on there that are on sale that is not being shown on the website. You can reach out to the page that way and place orders immensely discounted right now for the end of the year. So grab some last minute gift ideas. We will get those out ASAP to you as quickly as possible in time for Christmas to the best of our ability. And then, of course, the post office does its own thing. So, feel free to reach out that way as well. So take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye.